Hi, my name is Brandon. I'm the president and co-founder of Back to the Basics, Please, and we're here in beautiful San Diego today, filming part of the San Diego Gay Pride and asking some people some pertinent questions. So let's enjoy the parade.
Usually not. I did a lot of, I do underwater as well, insects and
Dominic, I'm glad you were able to take a couple minutes to talk with us, and we'd just like to ask you what Pride means to you and where you think our community is now versus 20 years ago.
Well, it's really a celebration of what we are and of not having to be ashamed and of being proud of what we are and of the community of being together. It's come a long way. When I first came out, you went to a bar and you always, you had in the back of your head that you were going to get beat up, and that was one of the, you only could go to a bar. There was a field in Field 6 in Jones Beach. I'm from New York, and that was kind of secret, and now it's much more in the open. When I first started to come to Gay Pride back in New York in the 70s, there was, you're always afraid that the police were going to come and break the parade up or break up the demonstration of the group of people, and now they're part of it. It's still a long way to go, but it's far.
Where do you think we're at in regards to substance abuse and HIV prevention? I know life is a party for many, and for many that party has gotten out of hand. Are we handling this epidemic of crystal meth and alcohol abuse in our community appropriately, and what do you think we can do more to get us out of that blight?
Yeah, I think the old guys like me who remember their friends dying, and we didn't even know what it was. I think that we're handling it better. We're handling it well, and I think there's finally money coming through. I think that some of the younger people maybe are not really understanding what debt is, and there's I think a perception out there that HIV is a manageable disease and it's not a death sentence anymore. And thank goodness we've made a lot of progress, and there is treatments for it now, but you still die of it. And I think that message has to get put out a little bit more, that yeah, there are treatments, but there are choices now. We know what it is, and there are choices we can make. And it's tied right up with substance abuse, because there are things that people do when they're high or drunk that they wouldn't do when they're not. And that's really got to be addressed. I mean, our community has a double risk factor there, because of both family not understanding and social pressures and self-hate. I mean, if you listen to half the stuff that's on the radio, either subtly or not so subtly, it's anti-gay, and if you internalize that either subconsciously or consciously, it could lead you to substance abuse, and that could lead you right to something that you wouldn't be in that would get you infected.
Wow, thank you. That was great, Dominic.
$10 mic shirts. Come get them all. My name is Richard P. I'm on Facebook. You can come and see me anytime. My email address, RichardCPrice at Yahoo. And just hit me up anytime you go to. $10. I got them just your size. Beautiful shirts. I got them in black and white. This mic was black and white. So just come see me. Thank you.
I'm here with Ronnie, and we're going to ask him a few questions about San Diego Pride and what he thinks of it. So Ronnie, if you could elaborate on what Pride means to you today, where we've come in maybe 20 years or so, and where you think we're going to go.
Let's see, where we've been in 20 years. We have grown, gotten more together, brought all the different communities together, the leather community, the Twinkie community, all the different communities together. It's grown more diverse. And where are we going? We're going for gay marriage. That's our goal, gay marriage.
How do you think we're handling the issues of substance abuse recovery, and the whole party scene, which has been very familiar to the gay community, and in many cases it's overwhelmed us. What are your feelings on that?
Well, and San Diego has many different outreaches for addicts and alcoholics, and there's always more opening up. I personally like some of the new billboards that have come out, nocrystal.com, and I know Stepping Stone Residential Treatment Facility came up with some reduced harm techniques, because drugs are a major problem, especially crystal meth in San Diego, and it's damaged our community, but the services are there if the people want it. The problem has always been getting the message out to the people who need it. Personally, I didn't get the message until about 16 years ago, but it is there if they're looking for it.
How do you think the community, obviously the community here in San Diego has offered a lot of support for people who are reaching out for recovery and people who are affected with HIV? What differences do you see in smaller areas, maybe the Midwest, and maybe what we can do there versus what has already been done here?
I would like to see it become more national, but I think the problem with that is that the people in the smaller areas, like for instance Montana, I believe has a very high rate of crystal meth, a lot of crystal meth up there. But the population is so low that the people aren't willing to get involved and do something about it, to put out the effort.
Thankfully, we've had a lot of work done by the Montana Meth Project and the Meth Project as a whole, and so that's a good thing. But definitely, I understand what you're saying. All right, Ronnie, thank you for giving us some time, and enjoy Pride.
All right, thank you.
This is Monty. He's a resident of San Diego. He's been here for many years. I've known Monty for quite a few years. We're going to ask a few questions about San Diego Pride and where we as a community have evolved. So Monty, what does Pride mean to you?
Pride actually means to me a time of reflection, celebration, coming together, unity as one, and fighting for the things that we have grown to love and become a part of and to have a custom in our lives today.
Oh, thank you, Monty, very much. One last question for you. Do you think it's easier today for individuals to open up to their practitioners, and where can the medical community broaden their horizons in that element? Where do you think they can understand these areas, both substance abuse and HIV?
In some aspects, I think it's actually a little hard, telling the doctor what you're actually feeling or what you're actually, going through. The whole strong point in that is finding a doctor or a practitioner that you can have confidence in, where you could tell him or her to exactly what's going on, how you're feeling, and what's going on, but also looking at their status as where their knowledge and being HIV orientated, their field of expertise, how long they've been dealing in the field of today.
Thank you very much, Monty. We're here with Vanessa. She's from Yuma. What do you think Pride means to you, both here in San Diego on the coast and further inland in Arizona?
Pretty much, I think Pride means acceptance of yourself rather and embracing your whole community. You have to take pride in what you do, and it doesn't matter what it be. You have to be comfortable with yourself, and if you're homosexual, whatever it is, you just got to be comfortable with yourself and take pride in it. So pretty much pride to me means being comfortable with yourself.
Thanks, Vanessa. Now, where do you think we've come along on the avenues of health, substance abuse, and HIV prevention, and where do you think we can go from here in our aspirations to prevent HIV and promote substance abuse recovery?
There's many things to that we have to accomplish in that field. That's a tough one. I think that there's a lot more openness